Well, hello and welcome. So when I recorded this episode that we're gonna not watch now, apparently I didn't have this connected, or it was connected, but the cam microphone somehow took over. So the quality of that episode, here's my itchy nose, it's gonna go red. I have not cried. You saw it live. So the microphone audio on that one is horrible. So what I think we're gonna do instead is that I'm gonna just recap what happened during that episode, and then we just show snippets of it and move on. Because I don't think you want me to. I don't think you want to listen to this. What they think? Yay! Fun. Sure. I think we're just gonna skip out on that and just do a nice recap instead. So I hope you won't mind. Right. We did a few things in this episode. Mostly questing and trying to just get further along. We did some quests for Bean. And then we also helped Arthur in making some tea. And these were very cute quests. You know, you gotta help Toast, his little hermit crab, I think it is. Oh yeah, and then we got a recipe for ice cream. I was so excited. Hello, Mem from the future here. There's been some news about an upcoming update that's coming soon. So, big season update coming soon. Also includes bulk cooking and multi-currency sales. See, I like that. I have wanted the bulk cooking for a long time. Okay, so what else we have here? We want to share some news about the summer update. So we're going from spring to summer. Now remember, this whole game is early access, so they're going to bring out content along the way. The summer update will now launch end of November between the 25th and the 27th. So that's about 2 weeks from now. So what's part of the summer update, you ask? It's a lot of new content. The story will continue with 3 more friendship levels per character. That's a lot. Adding another 10 to 14 hours of gameplay. A new character will move into town. The season will change to summer with lots of new summer plants and mushrooms, and also new skins of existing plants. Surprise, they get flowers in the summer. Yes, I've been wondering about that, because some of the plants we've seen is like there's only the leaf of these things at the moment. You will also get access to a large new area, a lake with many beautiful spots to discover. Which I think is going to be this area that is currently locked, or like you can't repair the bridge. But if we look through there, I'm gonna zoom for you guys, but if you look through these little house and what seems to be a massive lake, there's some boats in the background, all dock of some sort. So I'm speculating that might be the new area. We're currently here on the map behind the stone fort. At the Stonefort ruins. You'll get a paddleboard to move around the lake. They made a sneak peek about the paddleboard before, and I think it's going to be this one that we're going to be using. And we'll also get new outfits made with natural dyes of the plants you collect. So I assume we're going to be able to dye our outfits and clothes now. Now, as I said, bulk cooking, that's good. We can finally choose how many we want to do at a time. And reduced coin dependency in the store and community projects. Thank you. Like, some of them were ridiculously high and hard to get because you had to grind so many days to be able to get anything. And I barely bought any of these things, mainly because it's been too expensive. I'm looking forward to getting some of the cute little baskets that we have. And let's see here. More use for cooked items. Something we haven't started yet, but will hopefully be part of the summer update launch or a patch shortly after. Not with this on the 25th, with the 27th, but after that. Are honesty stalls. These stalls can be found at campsite, allowing you to passively sell a few items over a period of time. If you don't know the concept of honesty stalls, here's a real life example. Yes, I've seen these like more on a farm setting where you can go and buy eggs. You pay and you take a carton of egg, basically. And to finish off, here's a sneak peek. Doesn't it look like that could be the case of the area that awaits us? I feel like this could be what we saw. Look at that house. What I think is really sad though is that we don't really do anything with the buildings. My concerns with this is that it says the story will continue with 3 more friendship levels per character, adding 10 to 14 hours of gameplay. Like, don't get me wrong, I do enjoy this game, but it's very, very grindy and very, very the same. Like, you do the same things every single day. You don't really get to do anything. For example, the community projects is just a button click. You don't actually get to help in that way more than, oh, you have the money, now click the button and we can fix this thing up. I would have loved if we could actually provide it with something, or like do some activity for some of these things. Maybe other people will think that's just silly or boring. If they're adding 10 to 14 hours of more gameplay, of the same gameplay that is now, that you wake up, you do the daily tasks, you do quests if there are any, and then you go back to sleep, and then you do it all over next morning just to progress. I don't know. I have a hard time with that loop, because it gets very boring from a content creator's perspective. For me, to play and show to you guys, I feel like that is quite boring to see and watch, because it's just the same things over and over. So we'll have to see if I'm probably gonna play and show bits and pieces of the new update. But I probably won't stay there for too long. What I haven't shown on gameplay-wise is that I unlocked all the regions. And we got a new friend that we haven't gotten to level 3 yet, but I'm pretty sure I've done all his little quests as well. Because we got Danny now. Danny lives out in a shady wooden hut in Sea Spray Woods, tucked away from everything. He's calm, quiet, and avoids conflict like the plague. But when he talks about nature or climate activism, it's like a switch flips. You can see how deeply he cares, almost more for the land than for people. He also taught us how to make syrup. So we can now make syrup. This is where he abode, or dwell, I suppose. Lovely little cottage. Nice place. We cleaned up this part of the woods as well for him. That also brings me to a few other issues. We can't interact with these people outside of quests, which I think is a little sad. I think I understand why they didn't do that, because they didn't want you to have that very common system of where you talk to people to gain their friendship, I suppose. To me, this world is brimming with beauty and all kinds of things and beautiful buildings, but we can't enter any of them, and we can't talk to the people. And clearly that is how it's supposed to be, right? Your mission in this game is to just wander about and gather things and help people. And I will do all the content, but yeah, as I said, as I've repeated numerous times now, I'm sorry to say it again, but I probably won't do it on video. I probably won't upload any of this to YouTube. I'm going to show the update and look at a few things, but mostly I'm probably just gonna do this in the background whenever I feel like I have the time, because it's very grindy. I think it's going to get less grindy now when the currency is changing, that you won't have to do so many markets and so many dailies to get things, like to get these coins. But then again, there's too little to do if you take away the grindiness. I don't know. That's gonna be it for this rambling. I'm looking forward to see what they're cooking for the summer update, and I'm looking for what's gonna happen. We're gonna start a new series soon, probably next week, called Winterboro. You play as a tiny little mouse. I did play the demo to that game, and it's fully released now. I wanna be a mouse, and hopefully you wanna be there with me. I think that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. Much love to you all, and I'll